Ko satini stakatuhan. It's good to see you guys, all of you. A little bit of a smaller group today. I think we have three people. But like we said, this is the lunch break for a lot of folks, so they may be coming in, but we'll go ahead and get started so that we can take advantage of our time together. Um, Yesterday was a new moon, and it's lining up with the end of the month of January. So today's January 30th, Thursday. And Shirley and I have been talking about what we're going to do today, and we decided we'd like to open with a discussion about the newspaper. We've had some fun emails coming in from folks about their Lingit nicknames for class. We've been collaborating on people's nicknames. They're pretty fun ideas. We also got an email with a design prototype for our newspaper. So I'll share that on my screen today so you guys can get an idea for what it looks like. I got pretty excited when I saw it. I know Evelyn's not here yet today, but she emailed it to me, so I'll put it in front of your eyes. But it's fun to see it. It brought up an important question from Evelyn about typing in Tlingit, so doing accent tone marks above the vowels and underlined letters. And I'm gonna get get you guys started. Depending on whether you have an Apple or a PC, I'll show you options for downloading a keyboard to type in Tlingit. And it can be a little bit involved, but I'll get you started and then we'll just keep checking in class. Like, how did it go for you? Were you able to download it? Um, and then if there's time, and only if there's time, because we don't want to cut our discussion short, um, but Shirley and I would like to share the video recording we found of the Kikwan dancers performing the Kagwantan love song. So after a few days of searching, we've found it. We found the performance we're looking for. We're excited to share it with you all. And we also have the lyrics so that we can practice. Any questions right off the bat or comments? No, I'm seeing some head shakes.
Sounds
If you
great.
guys, okay, cool. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys the design for the newspaper that Evelyn sent me. She's using this app called Canva, which is a free app, and check it out. So she has our newspaper title at the top, Nacht, and then she just filled in these spaces with it says on the sides Lingit News. There's a bar for volume one, number four. So we can put our edition number, the town where it's published. She listed Juneau, Alaska, and the date. And then in this template, she filled in the main headline, Learn Tlingit today. And so there's space for to put a article, a column. Um, she included a graphic of an advertisement for the 2025 traditional games taking place April 4th through 6th, uh, which is fun. And then there's space beneath for an article. So um, it's just a fun outline of how we to give us an idea of how we could fill things in.
That's great.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
It is fun.
And we could make it multiple pages. This template is just one page, but yeah. Does this look similar? Any changes you would make, Squate, based on your experience in news?
No, I think it looks really great. I think the only thing we should be thinking about, and I think this will work. But just thinking through here, will how will we distribute it and how will we share it? So how will people view it, right? When we know majority of people are viewing maybe on their mobile devices. So just when we're doing this, making sure that we test it on our phones, right? Can people open it on their phones? I know in Canva you can save it either as JPEGs or PDFs or, so when we're doing that and distributing, we should make sure it opens and looks good on the phones as well. But I love it. I think
Uh,
it's great.
yeah, good idea. If you're doing a mobile friendly document, is JPEG better?
I I don't know if it's better.
Yeah, I have no
Um,
idea.
I think the space for there's on Canva, if I remember correctly, there's two different PDF options. One that's a higher quality for like printing, and then one that's a lower quality for, but it still looks good, right? But for like emailing and distribution. And so thinking of like our audience and who we'd be sharing it with, we'd want to make sure that we're not taking up additional bandwidth. So because we will have graphics in there, so in the PDF it will sync those all up, but we don't want something as a large um, production printed piece if we're distributing it over like social media or email to take up their bandwidth.
I see. Good point. So definitely test out a mobile friendly version if that's how we think we'll do. Shirley, what are your thoughts on distribution? Should we go for a print or something online?
Uh, Seems like everybody does things online
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. It will make it cheaper for us to distribute as well. Any other thoughts on design or distribution? Squate, have you been able to download Clinkit keyboards yet?
Yeah, I have it. Uh, yeah, I have it on my laptop. They helped me get it over here at the drive, and then I have it. I think Taja helped me get it on my phone. The hard thing is I just have to remember because you have to toggle between it to
Yeah.
do that and then turn it off because then I start typing and realize that all of my English words are coming up incorrectly because
Yeah.
so
Yeah, for today's discussion, we'll focus on the computer and um Derek, how about you? Are you able to type yet and sing it? While he's away, I'm just gonna take you. So to download a Clinkit keyboard, the best place to go is this website, clinkitlanguage.com. And this is our go-to website for all our online resources. I'll put it in the chat in case anyone doesn't have it yet. And if you check it out, you can toggle over the resources tab, which I'm showing on my screen, and scroll down to apps and keyboards. So I click apps and keyboards. This is where it matters whether you're on a Mac like I am or a PC, which is common for workplaces. If you have a Mac, click this top one, Crippen Clinkit keyboard. If you have a PC, um, you can use either one of these two keyboards. There's an option by Costine, Jill Meservey, or another option by Language Geek. And at the university, I think they downloaded Costine's for me. So if you select it, you can click install. Um, just click this download icon and it'll open up in a window for you. And once you download it, you can open up the file location. And I think that's as far as I'll take people for now. If you're just getting started typing, go ahead and just install it, download it and install it. And then if anyone comes into a barrier, then we can check in about it next week. I can show you how to install it on your computer. Um, but unless there's any other questions about that, I'll leave it there. Are there any questions?
I don't have any.
Okay. Um, I'll check in with Evelyn about it too, but I'm super excited about the template she sent. As you guys can see, and like Shirley and I mentioned, the articles will be pretty short. So just a couple sentences, for example, in Tlingit at top, and then below it we recommend having an English translation for people that are not yet reading in Tlingit. Um, any other comments about that or the newspaper in general? Alrighty. As we mentioned last class, for the translations, since it can be involved, I would like to offer that as folks start to write their articles, I can guide everybody together in class on the translation process. So we'll do that as a group, and hopefully that lets people know as they're beginning to write, like what the translation process will look like. And, just basically a reminder to keep our sentences pretty simple, um, and just have fun with it.
May help too for like, I know I'm on the recipe one. It
Oh,
may
yeah.
help if we're talking about the distribution, right? Like if we think that this initial distribution would just be with family and friends and something that's not like maybe so public,
We
as we're
can,
as we're very early in our learning for some of us. Like
Yeah.
or like me, I'm a this like beginner stage for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not going to be a distribution to the whole Tlingit nation. It,
Yeah,
it'll be to like friends, like what we did, kind of thing, and
yeah, yeah.
friends and, like you say, relatives. And
That sounds good to me too. It takes a little bit of the pressure off.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, newspapers are beginning to suffer nowadays uh, because of the computer.
Yep.
Going down the tubes like Anchorage. Only twice a week, they advertisements for stores on Wednesday and Sunday paper. That's it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Small circle, online distribution. That sounds good to me. Hmm. Um, we've talked quite a bit about jobs, so we'll move on to articles. We might have some new folks joining us in class, and anyone new, we decided we'll just assign articles since it sounds like the rest of the jobs are covered.
Re-
And
Reporters.
reporters, that's right. Yeah, we'll assign them as reporters. And so far, the articles that have been claimed are sports events and traditional games by Nalle Skuntla, International Indigenous News for Indigenous Rights by Yandekinikiraka, games such as word search, Nalle Skuntla, recipe column by Squate, and that's it so far. But there are a lot more article ideas to choose from, or folks can still come up with new ideas and take those on.
Somebody can just take announcements and say uh, Elizabeth Paradovich Day uh, can, if we go past that, to give a quick report on the event. I don't think we should leave that out, even if the paper is published after Elizabeth Paradovich Day. There should be some kind of report on that.
Okay.
So far, we haven't had anybody volunteer.
Not yet.
I can try to do a short thing about maybe about Elizabeth Pratovich Day, like you're
Okay.
mentioning, and then if post we can have a lot of stuff on her.
Awesome.
Well, yeah.
Definitely want
We're
to
all
include.
fans, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And she's Slukacheri, so she's from my clan, so that
Oh,
she's my aunt.
okay. Strong auntie.
Yep.
We'll be here to support you too. So thanks for taking that on. Definitely want to make sure it's covered in our news. Let's set a distribution date goal. Is it too early to set a goal for our first publication?
No, but one of the things that you shared last time on screen, and I don't know if I didn't save it, or maybe um was that table you did, to talk about doing the Tlingit and the English table.
Oh yeah, I have it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think I saw in my email someone requested this. Was that you?
I don't think it was me, but I would if you could send it.
Yeah, I will. I think I opened the email and then I forgot to respond. So I'll make sure I email this to everybody so everyone has it. But I'll also put it in the chat right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I've seen it used in other classes, and so
Oh,
I just
good.
haven't used it myself
I
with
love
me.
to do, yeah, I love to do a table. Um, you can make notes and, it's something you can edit and it's easy to see back and forth, like the English and Tlingit sides. We could even just do it all in one. I could just copy this whole thing and make one for each article too. So we did one for, I'm just gonna make recipe or yeah, recipe. And you don't have to fill this in or use this, but I'll just kind of get some started for folks. Recipe, we have announcements. This might make it easy for us to work on our translations together too if they're all in one document.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. Well, if Elizabeth Pratovich Day is February 16th, I kind of think we should try to do it before then. That gives us
Mhm.
2 weeks. What about a goal of 1 week before Elizabeth Pratovich Day? So, sorry, my calendar has a lot of stuff on it. It looks jumbled, but I'll make one just for our newspaper too. So today's January 30th, Elizabeth Pratovich Day, February 16th, which is a Sunday.
Mhm.
So
Should
if
we
we
try
went,
13th?
the 13th would be cool. Would you guys usually do yours on a Thursday?
We would never put anything out. It was daily, right? So,
Oh.
Indian Country Today, so everything was published in the morning daily unless it was breaking news. We wouldn't do any like press releases on Friday or Monday because those are low open rate days.
Oh.
Um, yeah. Um, mm, yeah, you'll get the best open rate between Tuesday and Thursday. And the other thing that's interesting, if if you're sending out mass emails, just don't ever do it on the top of the hour. Pick a weird hour because if you notice, everybody who sends stuff sends it like at 2 o'clock exactly, right? So you'll get like four random emails at that time. But if you do like 2:15 or 2:20, you'll hit a mark where it won't be as crowded. Just
Really?
yeah.
Huh. So let's
There
try
are
like, uh-huh.
there are, like if you were doing like a weekly email or a weekly thing, Mondays do work that way then. But generally for like um Mondays get also very bogged down, so press releases do better. Not, end of the day, Friday is the worst time.
Yeah. Maybe like during class on our Thursday class then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we could review the Tuesday before.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, Tuesday, like 13th, we could send it out. The 11th, we could review, unless we need
Yeah.
more time. Could everybody have their drafts done by the 6th to start going through? And we'd
Okay.
have them finished up by the 11th.
Okay. Fun. Oh, Evelyn's here. Evelyn has entered the chat.
Yay.
Awesome. Drafts complete by February 6th. Review February 11th. Issue February 13th. Hi, Evelyn. How are you? Connecting to audio. Okay, this is fun. I make sure this is on our slides too for everybody. Shirley, does that all sound pretty good to you with our outline for dates?
Yeah,
Okay. February 6th will be 1 week from today. So we'll make time in class to work on articles on Tuesday. Evelyn, I know you're just tuning in, but I shared your template with everybody and it's a big hit. We're excited. We're working on dates. So we'll keep you up to date on our progress. Next thing I had on our list, Shaksani Keek, is our team goal for introducing ourselves. Um, just saying, this is my name and this is what I'm going to tell you. So, should we work on that now? Last semester, we worked on our self introductions, our formal self introductions. To make it relevant for our project, Shaksani Keek and I would like everyone to practice saying, I'm called, and then share your name, and then say this phrase, Yat iin kakwanik. This is what I'm going to tell you.
When would you use the second phrase? When would you use that?
Um, Shirley, did you want to answer that?
What was it?
It was when would you use the phrase Yata iin kakwanik?
Uh, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. It's basically if you're like reporting the news, Squate, just to kind of introduce yourself that you're the reporter for that topic.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I just saw a comment in the chat from Abigail. I could do the phrase of the day and or Auntie's unsolicited advice column based on the phrase that she emailed me last week. Seems like a good fit with a focus on Elizabeth Pradovich. Oh yeah. This must be the phrase Gook yagach tuadlaq. I remember that now. So let's sign you up. Ask Auntie. And we'll do. Also, I see your Tlingit name. I'm gonna give it a try. Abigail, are you online? Are you able to say your Tlingit name for us?
Uh, yeah, I'm here. It's Pachlie.
Tachi. Gunaltish. Tachi. And then word of the day or word of phrase of the day. Tachi. So let's practice these phrases. The first one is just saying in Tlingit, I am called, and then you say your name. So the way it sounds in Tlingit is, for example, if I'm introducing myself as Nila Torah, I would say Tlingit Reinach Nila Torah Yuchat Wasak. And so let's practice that. Starting with just the last three words, Yuchat Wasak. Let's practice that. So please repeat after me. Yuchat Wasak. Uh-huh. If you're comfortable, you can unmute your mics and I can hear you. I'll give you guys feedback as a group. So let's do repeat after me. Yuchatuasak.
You cut do us
You
all.
could do a sock.
Again. Yuchatuasak.
You
You
cut do
had
us
do
all.
a sock.
Good. Shirley, how do we sound so far?
Good.
Goodness, geez. The first two words we like people to practice because it forces you to make these sounds and we want to practice these. So they Lingit Reinach means in Lingit. So let's do the first word. Repeat after me. Lingit.
Lingit.
Next word, Reinach. Let's start with just the second half of it. So N, high tone A, underline X. Repeat after me. Nach.
Nach.
Ah,
Nach.
nach. The first half of the word can trip people up, but don't overthink it. Just repeat after me. Hey.
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 And the whole word. Reinach.
Hey. Nach.
Nach.
Good. It's a underline, pinched X, and hey. Yeah, if you see an apostrophe, it tells you to pinch the letter with just means you make it sound snappier. So instead of it's and so let's practice the two words together. Repeat after me. Lingit Reinach.
Yeah. Hey. Nach.
Lingit. Nach.
Good. Again. Lingit Reinach.
Lingit. Hey.
Lingit.
Nach.
Nach.
And then say your name and you Duasak. So I'll say Nila Torah. You guys can say your names. Nila Torah, you Duasak.
Wait. You had to us up.
Haskulihen. Yuchatuasak.
Good. Let's practice the whole thing. Repeat the whole line after me. Lingit Reinach Nila Torah, you Duasak.
Lingit. Hey. Nach. Squate. You had to us up.
Javier. Yuchatuasak.
Good.
Sounds
Shirley,
good. Sounds good.
good job, you guys. So you said your name. Next part is, it means this is what I'm gonna tell you. Yat iin kakwanik. So let's do um let's do one little piece at a time. First word, yata. Repeat after me. Yata.
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 Mhm. And again, this apostrophe after the T, you pinch it, you make it sound snappier. You kind of stop the air in your throat. So again, yata.
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 Uh, and then the second half, iin kakwanik.
In
Iin kakwanik.
kakwanik.
Good. Let's practice one little piece at a time. Repeat after me. Neek,
Neek.
It's a regular K, Nick.
neek.
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 Yeah. So be careful not to pinch this one. There's no apostrophe. Just let the K kind of flow out. Neek.
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 Good job. First half of the word, kakwa.
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 Good. Sounding good. This is this is the future form of a verb, saying I will tell you this now. And it has two K's right next to each other. And so it might be helpful to think of it as two parts. The first part is kuk, next part is kwa. So try that kuk kwa.
Kakwa.
Kwa.
Kakwa.
Uh, and the whole word kuk kwanik.
Kakwanik.
Kakwanik.
Good. Again, kuk kwanik.
Kakwanik.
Kakwanik.
Uh, so let's do the whole phrase. First word, yata.
Yata. Yata.
There you go. Iin kakwanik.
Iin
In
kakwanik.
kakwanik.
Yata. Yata iin kakwanik.
Yata. Yata.
Yata.
In
Iin
kakwanik.
kakwanik.
Good. Nice and slow. One more time. Yata iin kakwanik.
Yata. Iin
In
kakwanik.
kakwanik.
Good. And from the oh, Shirley, how do we sound on that one?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Gonaltish.
Getting the tone marks right makes it sound good.
Okay. Nice. So let's start from the top with those two phrases together, nice and slow. Repeat after me. Lingit Class nila Torah yuchat duasak.
Inge
Inget.
kenach squat yukat
Yes.
duasak.
Duasak.
Uh, uh. Yata iin kakwanik.
Yat
Yata.
in
Iin
kakwanik.
kakwanik.
Good. Any questions? Now you guys are ready to report the news. You can introduce yourself and say, this is what I'm going to tell you. Very good.
But the word yata kind of narrows it down to your subject. Yata. This is mine. I'm going to tell you this. So
Okay. I'm just taking a note. Gunalchish. Okay, so we did our introduction. We had our discussion on the newspaper, and we still have 15 minutes. So I want to ask if anyone has questions or comments about the paper or anything so far. Shirley, do you think it's okay to show the video?
yeah. Before we do this, I'm taking a class on Tuesdays about oral history, and a question came up about 4 times. Why is that important? In the world, the Americans and whoever, they say 1, 2, 3, go. But the Native people, a lot of Native groups in Alaska, they say 1, 2, 3, 4. So the things are done in fours, and even in the stories, it appears that the character will do something, but first count to 4 before doing it. So it shows up. I had to confess that nobody ever told me why they do it that way, but I did it because that's what I knew that I'm supposed to do, and so when we look at the songs such as the one we're going to be looking at, and as you learn the dance songs, I want you to please notice that if there's two verses, you repeat the first verse twice and the second verse twice, which amounts to four. So if somebody knows or have heard uh, about four, I think it'll be a good discussion because it's part of the culture uh, that was important. And the way I heard it was if you're in a boat, a skip that land on the beach and you have to get out, but there's waves. So they know exactly when to start counting on the waves. They say, okay, wait for the fourth wave. After the fourth wave comes in, then jump. So that's what we had to do. We
Mm.
had to observe that
Mm.
because it worked. The water would recede enough after the fourth wave so that it was easier to get out. So
Whoa.
it's something to it, but I don't know what, or nobody ever told me, but those are the things we did. And when we played, we usually counted to four instead of three.
Whoa. That's so cool. And I
Yeah.
did notice, yeah, with waves, it's like a certain amount will go by and then it's like, okay, there's a little break. I never noticed that it was four.
Yeah. Carl's phone.
Oh. Well, not sheesh. Any comments or questions about that? That's a really cool note.
And in the song, uh, there's usually the chant. It starts with a chant, and in the Americans, we call it doo wop. It's not. There's no words. It's just uh, kind of an introduction to the song, and there's a lot of it in this song. So that's a separate kind of introduction. To learn the song, you have to actually do this right so that uh, because the composer put that in and it really fits the song that we're going to sing.
So,
Uh,
uh,
do we need to go over the words or hear the song first, or what do we do?
yeah, I want to share what Ezra told us as far as like that the song was composed by Danawak Dutla. Um, it was composed from Chief Danawak's last words. And would you guys like to see the words before we watch the video, or you want to watch the video first?
Maybe we should go over the words so we could know what we're listening for.
Yeah, Kwati. So the words of the song are we have verse 1 and verse 2. As Shirley mentioned, each verse is repeated twice. And I took the tone marks off the words because Shirley shared with me that the song gives it its own tone. So I took them off. Whereas, like, if you're right in conversation, you would have tone marks here. But in English, the song means "Where are you?" So the first line in Lingit, "Gusu wa'e," where are you? Kagwantan yetki, children of the Kagwantan. Achka Hidi, my uncle's house. Yetuch de tuncha, what I'm thinking about. In English, the word order or the phrase order would be a little reversed. These last two lines, it means I'm thinking of my uncle's house. Verse 2, just an overview before we practice. Hande Ijin, give me your hand. Kagwantan Yedki, children of the Kagwantan. I have a typo here. Huch Inyis, for the last time. Yik Kwashashat, I will hold you. So I'm gonna fix my typo and then let's do a little bit of practice so that when we listen to the song, we can recognize the words. So let's practice the first line. Please repeat after me. Gusuwa'a
Gusuwa'a
kagwantan yetki.
Kagwantan Yaki
Ach kag hashidi.
Ach Kak Hasidi
Yetuch detencha.
Ye Tuch Detansha
Verse 2. Hande ijin.
Hande Ijin
Kagwantan yetki.
Kagwantan Yatki
Huch inyis.
Huch Inyas
Yik kwashashat.
Yeg Kwashakat Kwalashat. I'll try that one again.
Yeah. Let's do it all again together. This last line. Yik kwashashat.
Yeg Kwashat
Good. Should I mention anything else, Shirley, or should I play?
Yeah, be sure and listen to the doo-wop and try to place it in your mind as to how it goes. It's a chant, so the doo-wop is a chant, so you don't have, there's no meaning to it.
I have something else to add real quick. So it was, so I know you mentioned it was composed by Donna Walk's father, Tom Phillips. He was Kagwantan. From my notes, he was from the Bear House, just to share that. It was also composed for his wife, Cousine, Jenny Marks. And so when it was shared, so this is one of the songs that the Eagle Raven we also sing. And so when it's shared, Cousine, Jackie Peta carries that name. She carries Austin's name. And so that's why Auntie Leona would call her grandmother, and Austin used to refer to her as mother, is because she carries that name. So I just wanted to share that.
Oh, thank you. That was great.
Yeah. Gonastish. Awesome. So we have a few minutes left. I already queued up the video, so it'll start right at the introduction. And let's give it a look.
Okay, no, baby. Go stand over there then. Now we're going to do our love song for the Kagwantan Kashikia. If you're Kagwantan Yeti, we sure want to see you stand up there and show pride of your father's land. Go stand over. Kagwantan Kashikia, Hagu Iti.
sure if others are having a hard time hearing, but I can't hear it very well.
Oh, really? Is anyone
Yeah.
else? Are you guys hearing the audio?
I can hear. Video is choppy, but I can hear fine.
Okay. Sorry, Squate.
Oh no, it's okay. It's probably on my end. I can listen in. I'll just listen closer.
Okay. Sorry about that.
They really sing at full speed.
Yeah. Let's hit play. So fun.
It's really super fast.
Yeah.
A new learner.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna share the slides and it has the link in it for folks to watch at home. So I know it came through kind of quiet for folks. So I'll just put this in the chat so that you can check it out. And it's slide 39 that has the YouTube video. And so hopefully you are able to enjoy it. Um, on YouTube, you also have the option to slow it down. So, like Shirley mentioned, there are some vocables that take place before the first line. If you want to slow it down and follow along, see if you can identify where the words are. But were you guys able to hear these verses in the song?
Yeah, it was quick, but I could hear. I can make out most of the words ish.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we're at time, but on Tuesday we'll start writing our first article together. And you guys enjoy your weekend. Thanks for being here today. We sure appreciate you all. Good night.